different burgers to rate.
We do. I think.
I think we need to give an overall situational rating.
Yeah, I think you can rate the second burger
Solo. Because you didn't
solo,
touch
but
that
as a bonus rating. Like maybe to boost your additional rating or lower it even.
That's
I
true.
think you should use it as a factor in your rating.
For
but
me,
not
I
two
think I
ratings.
want to just give one rating.
Yeah.
And this just helps inform the rating.
Yeah, you have more of a diverse history with this restaurant now.
Exactly. Even though it was a one-time sit-down meal, but still.
It was a long sit down.
It was a long sit-down. We stayed there for at least 2 hours.
People entered and left.
People came, ate meals, and left.
The
They were
birthday
beginning
party?
to clean up,
Yeah.
I noticed. Like, I felt like they were cleaning up from the lunch rush and getting ready for a dinner rush.
Yeah.
Neither of which seemed like much of a rush, but all the same.
We heard 3 a.m. by Matchbox 20 twice while we were there.
That's true. What are the odds of that?
I think
Because I
that
don't
is-
think it was a requested.
No,
I think it
that's
just the
overstaying your
jukebox just
welcome.
played
if
on
you hear
its
the
own.
same song.
Matthew, let's let you go first. Jukebox Burgers, Marche de l'Ouest. What are you giving a rating on this? If 1 is poison, food poisoning, sick to your stomach, 10 is the $100 burger.
It was almost $100 burger for you.
Yeah, that's right. It came out to a pretty expensive bill.
Yeah.
Mind you, I got a cherry vanilla Coke, a milkshake, a burger with a side salad that cost a little extra, and then a second burger with an extra onion rings. It adds up.
It does.
Taxes, tips. It adds up. What are you rating?
There definitely needs to. I just have to quickly say my, my qualms
Sure.
with this place. Walk in, didn't like the smell of the place at first. It grew on me. It didn't grow on me. It just I stopped noticing it.
I did notice the smell at first.
You did, eh?
I only noticed the smell at the end because
Oh.
I felt like they were maybe mopping and there was a little bit of a moppy smell.
I smelled like a body odor.
Oh,
smell.
really?
Like if you're making, or also if you're making tacos or something, it has like that kind of sticks inside your nose smell.
Okay. I feel like those are two very different smells. I'll blame the teenagers.
Yeah, there were some greasy teens in there. I wouldn't touch them with the wrong. Sounds weird. I wouldn't.
Yeah, let's.
Never mind.
You don't need to touch the teenagers, Matthew. That's what kind of pants would you need to wear to touch teenagers?
We're skipping over that. What was I saying? Yeah, the smell.
Your issue, smell.
I was pretty stoked because obviously we're gonna get plates when we order this.
That's right. Which is a big issue for you.
Yep. But no plates.
Baskets
with like
nice baskets, metal baskets.
Yeah, essentially a plate,
almost,
but not quite. So that's they're gonna lose a little bit on that because I did want a plate.
You do.
The ambiance was nice. They were playing football, which I'm not crazy about.
I think they just sort of play sports.
Yeah, but it's like if you're not going to play something that people want to see right then and there, turn the TVs off, or play some music videos from the 50s.
I don't know if they existed then.
Well, I think they were just live recordings of people performing.
Sure.
Do something like that. Don't just play a football game the day after it airs.
I guess.
But yeah, I definitely don't have as much to argue about, to complain about. So I'm going to give it a.
How about the pluses?
Ooh, the pluses.
It seems like you only have to complain. No positive, just negative.
The complaints are just like when I go in, it's like, what do I hate about this place?
What's this smell? What's that on TV? No plates? All right, this place is fine. It seems so strange.
Okay. No, the 50s diners are a thing that I didn't even know we had any left of in this area. So I was really happy that we found that.
Likewise.
Burger was good. Price was a little high.
Sure.
But overall, food, good. Nothing that I can really complain about on a realistic level.
All right, you're hitting a wall here. Well, number score.
I am I am hitting the wall. I didn't want to give you the pros because I didn't have very many.
You're like pros, food, good, burger, expensive. That's another con. 50s,
That was a con.
good.
You know. Okay. I'm gonna give it a solid 6 point. Well, if I say a solid, you can't say point, right?
You could sure.
Solid 6.5.
You're standing by this number.
Okay. Then a solid 6.5.
6.5. I gave last week's burger a 6.
How do you feel that they compare? Because maybe our rating system is flawed.
I don't know. Because they are a very different burger.
I'm curious to hear what you're going to give it.
Well, okay. All right. Well, no, I'm going to give it a good score, but not that much better than last week's.
Okay.
Even though last week's I thought was a disappointing Delalo burger, this was a good jukebox burger. I guess my points, I really like the variety of burger options. I can go back over and over and over again to try different types of burgers on that menu with like 24 special burgers
Yeah.
using waffle buns. You have options of what kind of there was a honey bun, there was a sweet yeast bun. I'm not even sure what that means. There was a white, a brown, obviously, they had a gluten-free bun. There were options up the wazoo, which I really appreciate. Decor, 50s style diner. I always like that. I'm a sucker for a gimmick like that. Um, the sides options, they had so many milkshakes. There were probably a good 15 options. We got sodas that you could add an extra syrup flavor into. You got a cherry Coke, I got a cherry vanilla, just because I like to go nuts with that type of stuff. Try and get a birthday cake in a Coke. Um, the burger
Like
itself.
when you asked him about it, when you was like, "No, you pay extra for each of these shots." Like,
Now with
you
this
do
Coke, it's
two?
you got a little syrup in that, right? You got to pay a little extra for each one. Can I get two? I was like, sure. Yes, cherry vanilla Coke.
I'm sure you were hoping for like, well, it's never been done, but it's brilliant.
Oh my God, sir! How did you think of such a thing?
And he calls the staff out and be like, "Say what you said to me. Say it again." And it's like we're naming this.
We'll call it the Seba Coke,
Yeah. Oh no, I think we'll just name it the Sebastian.
the Sebastian.
It
Like
sounds
all
classier.
the whole staff picks me up on their shoulders, and we parade around the restaurant. I
Yeah.
think,
But
unfortunately, he just said sure and walked away.
your heart broke a little.
I did not. I
saw,
wasn't thinking. I think your heart
I
broke a
saw
little bit.
the life leave your eyes, and
That's
yeah.
that's what happened. Poutine burger, I thought was very good. Not very sloppy, surprisingly easy to eat. Deli burger, I've had something like that before. I can't even recall where, but also very good. The standard burger was fine. It wasn't anything particularly special. Um, so I got to think pretty seriously about this number rating because it was good. The burger, it was a AAA beef patty, is how it was labeled. It was a good beef patty, but not remarkable. Um, the buns, fresh baked, tasted pretty good, but nothing really knocked my socks off about this burger. Delalo burger last week I gave a 6, and it was a bit of a disappointing Delalo burger. I think the Delalo burger of my mind, of my memory, is like an 8-point burger. Last week's was a disappointing Delalo. Only got a 6. Was a little soggy. The patty wasn't as good as I like to remember. Lost some points. This was a good burger. A lot of options. I think I might have to give it a 7. I think I'm more of a positive rater than you. I'm a little more generous with my points, but only a little.
Mm.
7-point burger. It's a good burger. It's not knocking my socks off. I think if my standard burger was better, I might have been more impressed. The standard burger being as fine as it was made me realize that the gimmicky burgers are leaning very heavily on their gimmick and not so much on their bun or their beef. That's pretty a standard burger if you don't throw some pickles and smoked meat and poutine and coleslaw on there.
Yeah. It's crazy to me, though. It's crazy to me that you are giving it 1 point higher than that disaster of a burger, disaster of an experience.
I,
Like this place, you know.
I mean, at the end of the day, I'm rating the burger.
Yeah.
Delalo is not as nice a restaurant, that's for sure. Um, the options just are not there. There's a wet bun option
Yeah.
that doesn't sound great.
I like not having a lot of options.
It's kind of nice. You go to the Delalo burger, you get the Delalo burger. That's it.
Yeah.
You get a can of Pepsi, no bells and whistles, no cherry syrup, mint milkshake. I'm having trouble spending more than $10 at Delalo Burger. I'm having trouble not spending $50 at Jukebox Burgers. I think that needs to be factored in. Mind you, sure, I had 2 meals. I ate for 2, sure. I had 2 drinks, 2 burgers, 2 sides. I had 2 people's meals. So really,
I had to bail you out a little bit at the end with those onion rings, though. I've polished them
that's
off.
true. You did help me with those onion rings a little bit. You had a few of them. But let's say the bill was enough for 2 people.
Oh yeah.
Let's say for one, I'm eating $25 worth.
Yeah.
À peu près.
You're like going out on a date with yourself.
Yeah. So for let's say 2.5 times the price, it's certainly not 2.5 times the burger.
No. No, not at all. How are you feeling now? Because this was it feels like it was 8 hours ago we ate this.
No, not at all. It was less than 5 hours ago.
Okay. Well,
okay, fine, whatever you say.
But how do you feel now? Are you ready for more?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm not hungry.
See,
I could drink at something.
Yeah. See, I could eat something right now. So I guess in the end, you paid for keeping your stomach a little fuller.
Basically, instead of eating 2 or 3 meals a day, I had 1 super meal, and that's the only meal I'm going to eat today.
Yeah.
Mind you, yesterday I only had a slice of pizza, so it's like a 2-day meal, almost. And I'm still feeling pretty satisfied. I might have a snack later.
Yeah.
Maybe an egg muffin.
I like the way you say that.
Egg muffin?
Yeah, it's real nice. So I think we. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure. So going back to the beginning, that challenge burger.
Yes.
Is that something that we want to do? Is that something maybe as an anniversary of this show?
Of this episode or the whole show? It's a week of difference. It doesn't make much of a difference.
Just a roughly, maybe even like 10th episode, 100th episode. Who knows when we do it, but we could do it anytime.
I think maybe we should have guests every now and again.
Yeah.
Who join in with us. And then maybe for this anniversary episode, we get everyone who has been a guest to go, join in, take the challenge, take the jump.
Yeah.
We all try to do the challenge burger, eat the challenge burger.
Live.
The challenge burger.
Record. We need to record it live.
Well, I think so. I think we should.
Yeah.
I don't know how well the recording will go, but...
Well, it's going to be a lot of people eating and possibly throwing up, but it's... it's just the sound of a lot of people eating, but we can our progress throughout. I am so hungry, I'm going to be able to finish this. And as we go, I want to see who stays positive the longest. Who
I like the idea. I think we should maybe even break it into teams, get different tables, 1 mic on each table. Okay. We can kind of cut back and forth depending on what's going on.
Yeah.
To see how things are going. Yeah.
No, that's something we can work out.
These are details we can work out off the air.
Yeah.
So that was it for this episode of Kato and Janko Wednesdays at Lunch Burger Edition. And until next week, I'm Seba. That's Matthew.
Hey.